Hello, and welcome to my social media tool screencast. For my social media tool, I chose to use Tumblr. I chose Tumblr because I have tried and frequently use other social media tools such as Facebook and Pinterest and Twitter, but I've never tried Tumblr, and I was very interested to see what so many people like about it. Signing up was a very straightforward and simple process. All I had to do was give my email and a password and create a username. I was then directed to a screen that let me choose from several topics that I was interested in. I chose education, quotes, literature, and poetry. Using these recommendations, Tumblr automatically built a dashboard for me, which is what you see here. Although I specifically chose topics relating to education and literacy, much of what is here isn't really related to what I was interested in, and some of it isn't even really appropriate for students. I think that this would be a tricky thing to monitor if choosing to use this tool with students and allowing them to have their own accounts, because even if a child has the best intentions when they're selecting their topics, they might still be presented with inappropriate material. For example, this picture of a man with a shopping cart of watermelons has really nothing to do with any of the topics that I selected. At the top of the dashboard, there are several options. First, you can choose to search Tumblr. So you can enter any search term and it will bring up different options, and I'll come back to that later. You can also choose to create a new post, either a text post, a photo, a quote, a link. You can type something in as a chat, audio, or video. I think it's really great that Tumblr gives you so many different options for what you can post. Over here is different recommended blogs based on the topics that I chose. This one's called Students and Lattes, and it's really just pictures of different studying scenes. This one is Girl with a Lesson Plan, which I think might actually be an interesting one for me to follow. So if I click there, I can follow or unfollow it. Some of the suggested posts obviously aren't really related to what I'm interested in, but some are. Down here is something called the radar post, which I think is just a trending topic that they think that I might be interested in, which again really doesn't have anything to do with teaching or education. Up here are a few icons that you can use to navigate Tumblr. This one is the home page, so clicking it would bring you right back to the home page and your dashboard. Here is a compass tool that lets you explore Tumblr. So you can pick from trending posts, which again would not really be appropriate for students because it's from all of Tumblr. There are staff picks that the people that work at Tumblr have chosen. And then you can choose from text, posts, photos, GIFs, or anything like that. Up here, there's actually an option to have messaging. And that's another thing that I'm really hesitant about using with students because they can send messages to other users on Tumblr and people can send them messages. And there's no real way to make that private or prevent messages from being sent without making your entire account private. Here is another messaging feature, so you can send quick messages to people that you follow. This is the notification section, so if people like or reblog or follow your blog or your posts, this is where that will show up. And this icon takes you to your own dashboard. And you can see your likes, how many blogs that you're following, get to your settings, and get to your own dashboard from here. So this is my dashboard, and here it gives again the options for me to post a new post. Or I can click the pencil icon in the corner and I can post that way. I chose to use my Tumblr dashboard to introduce a new book that I'm interested in. James and the Giant Peach is one of my favorite books, and this coming September I'm going to be teaching 4th and 5th grade ELA, and I thought that James and the Giant Peach would be a great book to share with my students. And I think Tumblr is a really great way to do that because you can make so many different posts. So the first thing I chose to post was an animated GIF of a scene from the movie James and the Giant Peach to kind of get students interested, introduce the characters, and you can also tag things to make it easier to find for other users. So I tagged James and the Giant Peach. Here I also included a quote from the book and an image of Roald Dahl, who is the author of James and the Giant Peach. To create a new post, all I would have to do is select what kind of post I want. So for this, I'm going to select photo. You can upload a photo from your computer or from the web. And to upload it from the web, all you need to do is copy and paste the URL and the image pops right up. You can add a caption. So I could say James and the Giant Peach book cover. And then I can tag it James and the Giant Peach, and it comes up in my previously used tags. And then you just click post, and there it is, and it shows up on my dashboard. Now, back to the search feature at the top. If I wanted to search more posts that other people have made about James and the Giant Peach to include on my dashboard, I just have to type it in, and it brings me to different users that have posted about it, and then several posts, videos, pictures, and things like that about James and the Giant Peach. Now, I think that this is a really beautiful image, so I can either send it to someone, I can comment on it, I can reblog it, which would make it show up on my dashboard, or I can like it. I'm going to reblog it because I want it to show up on my dashboard so my students can see it. Or I can simply like something. So this character, the spider from the book, I can like the post and it would show up in my likes. This is another area that I think you have to be careful with students, because even if they're just searching something as simple as James and the Giant Peach, they can still get different posts that might not be totally related and might not be totally appropriate for them. So overall, I think Tumblr is a really great tool for teachers to use for their students. So it's a great tool to get your students interested in a new book or a new topic that you're teaching, but I think that teachers should use caution when using it with their own students, because there are so many opportunities for students to be messaged by people they don't know and exposed to inappropriate content. So I think that if teachers are choosing to use it as an introduction to a new topic, that's great. But if you want your students to have a blog, there are a lot more appropriate student blogging websites that are completely targeted to students and won't run the risk of exposing them to so much inappropriate material. Thanks for watching my screencast.